Here we are again, repping it for the kids, Myspace UK.
I love MySpace. I do, do you know what I mean?
So I'm here with David Leon, one of the actors or the lead actor, in fact, from Lives of the Saints, and we're just going to ask him a few questions. Okay, so I just saw the film, man, and I was really, really impressed.
Cool, cheers.
Okay, my favourite part was the part where you're like playing the slot machines, and Mr. Carver comes in, and he's a really big guy, and he starts trying to threaten you. Like, acting or not, somebody imposing themselves on you like that has got to trigger a physical response. Like, how did it feel when you were filming that scene?
It's a good question, man. It's, you know, you're acting, and like I think it's a very good question. You make a good point. You've just got. I mean, the whole point for me is just you're reacting to what's going on. So no matter whether he does it one way in one take and another way in another take, you know, your job as an actor is to react to his kind of choice. And he is a big bloke, and he is very intimidating in that respect. But actually, you know, obviously you get to know each other outside of work and all the rest of it. So you do have more than a relationship than is just seen on screen.
How do you feel about the film being in the London Film Festival?
Amazing, great. It's really like big achievement, you know, and we're so proud of the movie, and it's, you know, it's amazing that it's done that. We're so proud of it.
I like the way that I think that it's like script gold paired with like cinematographic gold. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
And like that really works well together. And I think the cast that they've assembled with like a great script and a great director really just makes it a particularly good film, I think.
Yeah, I think everyone's good. Everyone definitely brings something different to the movie and to their character. You know, like everyone from David to to Emma to Bronte. Everybody, we're all very different actors, and we all go sort of on a different. Our characters in the movie go on a very different journey from one another. So it's interesting to see all those sort of all those different characters, you know, being affected by the same thing, which is this boy in the movie.
I think it's wonderful the buzz surrounding the film, the fact that it's a famous fashion photographer paired with a prestigious director as well. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, Rankin was very instrumental in this whole project getting off the ground because of his relationship with Melting Pot, the denim brand that put a lot of the money into the film, and with Day's backing. You know, yes, and you know, cast and crew were they loved Tony Crescendi's script, and they were fascinated by the idea of working with Rankin. So it does help.
Since I've been researching things about the film festival, I've noticed that you're one of the few people who has two things that you've written in the film festival at the same time. So that'd be Lives of the Saints and Brothers of the Head. I don't know anything about Brothers of the Head yet. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can. Brothers of the Head comes from a novella by Brian Aldiss, who's a British science fiction writer. And it tells the story of Tom and Barry Howe, who are conjoined twins. They're born conjoined twins in rural poverty out in the middle of Norfolk somewhere. And they are sold by their father to a music impresario who grooms them into a rock band. This is in 1974. And they start to produce music which is prefigures punk, really, which didn't really break in the UK until 77, 78 in the UK. In the States it was there, it was earlier. And it's the story of these two brothers and their personal and domestic lives and their music. And the way we chose to tell that story was to use documentary techniques to tell it. So to tell the story, we use contemporary interview with characters talking about their younger selves from 30 years ago. We use documentary footage, but it's faux documentary footage from 74, 75. We use newsreel. We use dramatised sequences. So that's how we tell the tale. And we also include clips from an unfinished film by Ken Russell.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
That's the way we tell that particular tale. So it's got lots of different ways of telling the story, lots of different truths.
Yeah, but here's where we just move into the Internet is the Future section of, the interview. Okay, so do you have a MySpace page?
Oh, I don't, but I will after this interview.
Yeah,
I definitely will have a MySpace page after this. I have many friends who do, and you know, it's great to go to their site and have a look and see what they're up to.
in a way, it's like you were talking about small people being epic and living their lives, and of course, to each person, they are the centre of their own universe, and that works with MySpace. I suppose your page is.
I suppose as long as your universe isn't like I woke up this morning and had a sandwich. And that's not very. Because I noticed a lot of blogs are like people. There wasn't a blog the other day. Someone said my eyes itch, and then you thought, oh, I must look up and see the eyes itch, and then you look, you go, and that's all there was. My eyes itch.
That must have been one epic itch in his life.